Jayson Tatum is better than SGA. Yeah, I said it. I don't want no debates. I don't want no nerds telling me, oh, SGA is better. Oh, SGA averages more points. SGA is number one in the MVP ladder. Nigga, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. I'll smack the fuck out you. Anyways, this season, Jayson Tatum has been better. Let me tell you why. Alright, so when we compare who's better as a player, scoring wise, it's SGA. I'll agree with that. But you have to keep in mind, Tatum is getting double teamed by almost every team in the NBA. SGA? Not really, right? SGA isn't a playmaker. It's not like SGA is gonna split a double team, go to the rim, and kick it out for a wide open three like Tatum would. And I'm not saying SGA is a horrible playmaker, but I think it's obvious Tatum does way more for the team in that perspective. Defense, it's around the same, right? SGA, probably gonna be second all-team defense this year. Tatum, very good at handling the big guys like Aaron Gordon and Kevin Durant. But I feel like if we're talking offense, it's not just about scoring, right? It's about what you could do other than that. And I feel like the gap between SGA and Tatum in scoring, it's big, but it's not huge. I mean, Tatum is getting defenders attack from him everywhere. For Jayson to get an ISO, he has to run all the way to the other side of the court. That's how insane it is sometimes. That's how much of a threat he is, as not only a scorer, but a playmaker too. With SGA, you don't have to worry about that. All you're trying to take away from him is his scoring, because if SGA makes a nice pass, to be quite honest with y'all, I'll live with that, because playmaking is not a specialty. If I'm an NBA team, I'm not only looking at scoring, I'm looking at, okay, which player could provide the most for my offense? And quite honestly, I think that's Tatum. Also, who's the more proven star? We've seen what Tatum has done. Just won the championship. SGA never made the conference finals. And are relatively around the same age. Now obviously, SGA hasn't had the teams that Tatum has had. But I think we could all agree, Tatum is way more experienced, especially in the playoffs. And I know some geeks are gonna say, oh yeah, but Jazz, SGA is number one in the MVP rankings. Look, winning MVP is cool, but does it really matter that much? But look at somebody like Joel Embiid, right? Who people say robbed the MVP of Jokic. And I know some people are gonna say, oh Jazz, what does the playoffs have to do with the regular season? Alright, let's look at it. SGA is the MVP, right? And him being number one in the MVP ladder board is the reason why people choose him over Tatum. But let's look at a case like Joel Embiid. Won the MVP over Jokic, people say he robbed Jokic. Why do people say that? It's because Embiid lost in the second round. But if we look at the last couple games of the regular season, Embiid dropped 50 while Jokic got hurt and dropped 11 points. It's only because Jokic won the title that people say Embiid didn't deserve the MVP. So clearly, the playoffs have to do something with people's perceptions of the MVP. What am I trying to imply here? I'm saying that if SGA doesn't make at least the conference finals and Tatum wins the championship, people are gonna say Tatum is better. Unless SGA does some crazy shit like MJ and averages 40, which I highly doubt that. I don't think any NBA team is that bad to allow him to do that, or at least I hope. And going back to double teams and playmaking, that's very important, right? Because being the main star, you're gonna get targeted a lot. So let's see how Tatum deals with double teams versus how SGA deals with them. Okay, so these are a little outdated, but I found a similar situation that they were both in where they react differently. So look here, Tatum splits the double team, hands it off to Brown. Right here, SGA drives, but he's stopped by Sengun and Green catches up to him. Now he has Williams wide open,
Pass that shit, bro.
passes it to Hartenstein, and it's a turnover. This is just to show the difference of playmaking between them. Obviously, SGA doesn't do that every possession, right? Now I know some of you are like, Jazz, being a playmaker isn't everything, you know that, right? Well, obviously, but I still think it's a huge factor. SGA is gonna get double teamed in the playoffs. And obviously that's a huge problem, because if you're not able to at least be a decent playmaker in the playoffs, or at least deal with those double teams when you're the main star, someone on an MVP caliber, then your team's gonna lose. It's like Kendrick and Drake. Kendrick is for the culture, Drake is for the hoes. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, y'all. Always open to criticism. Y'all tell me who you think is better, Tatum or SGA. Until later, I'll see y'all on Mars. Peace.